Welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Matt Weiner, and these are 3 haphazard, slightly unintelligent observations I made during SJSU head football coach Brent Brennan's weekly press conference. You will find yourself immersed in a splattering of football-related thoughts. Some intelligent and, well, we'll let you figure out the rest of those for yourself. The first topic is letdown spot. See, the thing with football coaches is they have a list of words that rightfully trigger them. Now, they don't freak out as hard as Bradley Cooper's character in Silver Linings Playbook when he hears My Cherie Amour by Stevie Wonder, but it's something they avoid at all costs.
You know, honestly, I think that's more of a media term than it is like something that coaches actually consider. Every game counts as just one game. It doesn't matter if you're playing the Chicago Bears or Western Michigan, right? And so in the final tally, they're all just one. And, you know, we've had some really interesting perspective here this season, right? We came out of the win versus Portland and, you know, everybody was down, and then we go and we lose to Auburn and everybody's up, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? You know, and then we put together a good effort versus Western Michigan on Saturday night. So to me, it just comes down, it's more about how we prepare, you know, how we practice, and then on Saturday, do we play good football? Just play good, clean football. And so that's kind of where my head's at. Like, the letdown thing doesn't really play into my headspace, or even our players, you know, like they know the importance of conference games. They know how good Wyoming is. So that's kind of where we're at.
Mainly because they do nothing productive when it comes to preparing to win a game of football. One of those is, drum roll please, letdown. For those unfamiliar with the term, it's used to describe a team that's coming off an impactful, passionate win, but then goes on to lay an egg in their next performance. In my humble opinion, SJSU falls under this category. Their 34-6 bludgeoning of Western Michigan put 650 knots of wind in their sails. For starters, WMU flattened SJSU last year, 23-3, holding the Spartans to 119 total yards of offense and kept them out of the red zone all afternoon. So you have revenge, which was then mixed with the juice that was brought forth with the brand new slick black 408 jerseys, and then a complete 60 minutes of football. The defense pitched a complete game shutout. The offensive line made their presence felt, generating a season-high 128 rushing yards. Running back Kyrie Robinson ragdolled a WMU defender on the goal line for one of 2 rushing touchdowns on the day. First time he's ever done that in his career. The win was signed, sealed, and delivered after the first half. The goal is for all the positivity to compound into more positive events and not comfort or complacency. Brennan's response gave me a window into the stark difference between the fan, media side, and the coach, player side. In retrospect, what is he going to do? Open up a meeting by writing how not to rest on your laurels on the whiteboard? Finishing the job. Between the 24-16 loss to Auburn and the 34-6 win over WMU, there were a plethora of difference, obviously. For me, the biggest one was San Jose State's ability to walk away with touchdowns and not field goals. Here's where the football is black and white part of my brain stepped in.
That's a good question. I don't know like a clear answer to that. You know, sometimes it's one guy missing a block or one guy making a block, you know. I thought that, with Auburn, there's a little more length there, which makes some of those movements, some of those throws a little harder to sneak in. I don't know if I have a great answer for I think some of it's personnel and then some of it's execution. I guess that's, in some situations we're playing against a little bit different personnel at Auburn, and then we executed better on Saturday night. So
what I garnered here is that there's no true rhyme or reason as to why kicker Terran Chive trotted out for 2 field goals last Saturday in the 34-6 win and not 4 like he did during the loss to Auburn. Brennan wrapped up his answer by accrediting the improvement to execution. Execution is a great safety net word for coaches. All they have to do is say it, and I'll take it as a pearl of truth and be satisfied with their answer. Now, my version of executed, a great safety word, is not a safety word, but a safety phrase. And it's telling someone, how interesting. I'm always open to learning about new things. Now, this usually comes after someone's pelted me with the stream of words that usually revolve around anime or politics. Sorry, I just don't care. Jokes aside, I wholeheartedly believe that SJSU would have gotten the job done against Auburn and would have worn the glass slipper if they were able to get multiple touchdowns on those 4 field goal attempts from Terran Chive. Winning in the Mountain West is already hard enough. Not being able to score on the 2-yard line, well, that makes your chances infinitely more difficult. How about them Cowboys? The Spartans' first conference of the year comes against Wyoming, a squad that's shown great potential due to their discipline and physicality.
One of the beauties to me of how Wyoming plays is they play to their strength, right? They play clean football, right? They're super disciplined, they're really physical, right? So they're gonna run the ball, they're gonna hit you with a bunch of different personnel, they're gonna hit you with quarterback run, they're gonna hit you with a bunch of things that are hard to defend, a bunch of situations that get them kind of +1 in the count, and then they have big body wide receivers that can play vertical balls 50-50, so they match that up with some good play action, some good double move stuff. You know, they got us a year ago on a double move, so all those things are make it challenging to defend them. You know, they're way different to me than the people that we played. The only thing that is similar about them and the team we played last week is that the team we played last week tried to run it 50-something times, right? And these guys could choose to do that, you know, because that's how they're built, and they're good at it. You know, I think Wyoming's offensive and defensive line is better than the team we played last week, and I think, you know, that part, you know, it was one of the trenches last week, and I think this game will also be one of the trenches. So we've got a real challenge ahead, like I said at the beginning of the press conference.
Real quick, you know, it's interesting to see the word beauty applied here. Sometimes, I think football coaches look at a perfectly run I-formation dive up the gut with the pure enthrallment that an art connoisseur looks at a Rembrandt or a Caravaggio with. Now back to Wyoming. The Cowboys did something no team has done and very likely will not do in 2022. Outrush Air Force. The Falcons average a whopping 412 yards on the ground per game. Somehow, they only put up 171 yards in their 17-14 loss to Wyoming. Against Nevada, the following game, they went back to their old ways, going for 461 yards. Yes, you heard that correctly. Air Force put up 461 yards on the ground. The Cowboys, in their follow-up game, lost to number 19 BYU 38-24 and rushed for 124 yards while being outgained 525-278. Even with the disappointing performance, although it was against a very talented Cougars team, Wyoming can leave you shell-shocked in the trenches, like they showed in their matchup with Air Force. Congratulations. You have made it to the end of Coach's Corner. If you found yourself not hating this with the fire of 1,000 suns, allow me to introduce to you his brother/sister/cousin water cooler talk. I'll let you find out what that really is on your own. Thanks for listening.